Guys, welcome back to another YouTube video with Tank Reaper on World of Warships console. That's right, boys and girls, we're back on here and we're covering the Tier 2 Europe's destroyer, the Romulus European destroyer, which is actually a Swedish destroyer if you see the flag right there. But yeah, let's get into some of the stats, the commander, and let's take it on to a gameplay, guys. But let's first do all the stats. First of all, the perk my commander comes with is Thunderbolt. Engine boost cooldown time is 0.75% and torpedo damage is 0.75% more. Which, in a way, you're going to want that because, let's just say these European destroyers torpedoes aren't the best. We'll cover that in a little bit. I have Subsurface Veteran. Torpedo speed is 2 knots faster, torpedo launching reload time is 6% less, and destroyer main battery reload time is 5% more. I have Look at Me Now. Sea detection range is 2% less, or more I think. Less is more. Torpedo damage is 1% more, which is, again, it's really good. Torpedo launching reload time is 3%. And torpedo range is 15% less. I mean, the range is fine, but yeah. We have destroyer or be destroyed. Maximum destroyer speed is 2% more, and destroyer main battery shell grouping is 5% less. I probably would pick this, but I don't know if that really would be something I would pick. But the legendary perk I get pull on him is Give Me Speed. Engine boost cooldown time is 5% less. Engine boost duration is 5%, and engine boost charge is 5%. I mean, not 5%, 1%. I'm sure for that, guys. So otherwise, these are pretty good perks for that commander. He's both sides. There's this guy right here too, but I mean, there's no need of using smoke because we're going to cover that in a few minutes here. First, this is a Tech 2 ship, so it does lead on to the Tier 3 Kala's Horn. So yeah. It gets HE, AP, and torpedoes. It gets a damage control party. Consumable duration is 5 seconds. Reload time is 40 seconds. And gets a number of these. It gets an engine boost. Max speed 8%, which is pretty good. Consumable duration time 126 seconds. And reload time is 169.7 seconds, and number of consumables is 3. But as you can see, it's a destroyer with no smoke. Most European ships don't get the smoke, except I think like maybe 1 to 2 premiums. I don't have the premiums yet. I'm trying to get the Tier 7 premium, so yeah. Oh, my bad. But let's see, survivability. Hit points is 6,800, which is pretty decent. I mean, not that bad or not that good as a destroyer, but you know. The guns is 120mm 45 Beaufort M1924. She gets 3 of these. We'll show you on the ship. Firing range is 8.8 kilometers. Reload time is 6.8 seconds, and turning time is 18 seconds. The max HE shell damage is 1,600, firing setting chance is 7%, and max XP AP shell damage is 2,000. Pretty good. Keep that in mind. Okay, you get a 450mm twin, one of these launchers. Reload time is 36.4 seconds for the reload. The turning time is 7.2 seconds. Max damage is 5,630. Torpedo detection range by sea is 1.2 knots. Then it gets another one, 450mm quadruple, one of these. Reload time is 36.4 seconds. Turning time is 7.2 seconds. Max damage is 5,630. And torpedo detection range by sea is 1.2 kilometers. Torpedo range is 6.8 kilometers, and torpedo speed is 57 knots. Now, if you look at any other destroyer, this is the part I'm going to tell you guys. Other destroyers has better damage with their torpedoes. This thing cannot, I repeat, cannot take out a full health battleship with all of its torpedoes. Even if they all hit, I don't think this thing can take out a ship with full health. So that is something that you're going to take awareness of prying the Europe's destroyers. They're fast torpedoes, yes, they're fast and pretty sneaky, but they just don't have the damage to actually do anything. And like the French destroyers, they don't get smoked. So that's, if you're going to play the game in hard mode, then you're going to be playing the Europes and the French destroyers in hard mode. Otherwise, if you want to play something that you could use smoke and you're new at the game, I'd rather either you play the Americans, the British, the Russians, the Japanese, heck, even the Pan-Asian destroyers. Even though those are deep water torpedoes, they have more damage than this thing does at tier 2. But let's cover more things. The Aaa Defense is 40mm 60 Buford's M1936. Gets only 2 of these. I mean, it's AA. Down here at this tier, it's not really the best. Average damage per second, 15. Firing range is 3.5 kilometers. Max speed is 34 knots. Pretty fast little ship. Turning circle radius is 440 meters, and rudder shift time is 2.1 seconds. Detectability by sea is 6 kilometers. I'm sorry for that, guys. Detectability after firing your main batteries is 8.8 kilometers. The detectability when your ship is on fire is 8 kilometers. Detectability by air is 2.8 kilometers. When you're firing your guns from the air is 5.2 kilometers. And when the ship is on fire from the air, it's 5.8 kilometers. The ground detectability range is 2 kilometers, and while firing in smoke is 2 kilometers. The armor. I mean, this is a destroyer, but let's cover the armor a little bit. The bottom is 6. The fore-end plating is also 6. The fore-end deck is 6. The bottom is also 6. The aft-end plating is 6. And the aft-end deck is also 6. The side plates are 6. The torpedo plates, I mean not torpedo, top side plates, sorry for that, is also 6. Rear plates are 6. Bottom plates are also 6. Frontal plates are 6. And the side plates are again 6. So best armor on this ship is 6. Yeah. Athwart ship is 6. Bottom belt is 6. Bottom is also 6. Deck is 6. And the athwart ship is as well 6. What do you expect? It's a destroyer. It doesn't have the best things. But the guns, you got 1 pointing in the forward of the ship and 2 in the rear of the ship. So if you're going forward at an enemy, you're only going to be firing guns unless you give broadside. Now the torpedoes, it's meaning 1. Basically what it means when it's telling you 1 is means it only has 1 launcher. It doesn't have, if let's say these ones behind the ones in the front you see has only 2 there. Well, that means you have 2 of those torpedoes right there as a 1 launcher on both port and starboard side. And the rear you have 4 of them. So basically when it says 1, it's only meaning 1 torpedo launching yours. The tubes though, it doesn't say how many tubes you get, so this is how many tubes you get. You get I'm trying to count here. 6 tubes. I'm sorry for that. It took me a little while to count the guys, but you do get 6 different tubes on this ship. But do keep that in mind that yeah, you can use these torpedoes, but they're not going to be doing the best damage for anything. This is a European destroyer, so the damage is it's not going to be the best. I mean, you could look at any other ship, like for example, let's take for example any other tier 2 destroyer. We'll show you. So this one only has like 5,000 damage. So let's take the Pan-Asian destroyer. Stats, torpedoes. Max damage is 10,000 on this little tier 2 ship. The Russian tier 2 destroyer. Oh, that's the armor. Max damage. Okay, this one does have good damage. Well, what kind of same damage as the Europe's destroyer? We'll see. Oh, again. Slightly better. Not too much more better, but this is tier 2, so you do have to expect a little bit differences. But I would rather just pick with any other tier 2 destroyer than this thing. I mean, is it really about the damage on this thing? Not too much, no. But it does have low damage. But you know what, guys? That's probably enough in this talk about in the report about the ship. Let's take her out. Let's see what she can do. I'll see you guys on the battlefield. So we're back, guys, on Ring, and I made a few mistakes in this game, and I'm hoping some of you guys could probably point them out to me. Some of the mistakes that I kind of made in this gameplay. I didn't feature it just because of the torpedoes. I actually got torpedo hits. I think like 2 torpedo hits. But this ship it's more of a gunboat. It acts more like a gunboat. It wants to shoot. And it does decent damage, as long as you're finding the right ammunition at your targets. And the torpedoes actually reload pretty quick. Actually, the most fastest I've actually seen them reload on a destroyer. So this is basically, I guess you could say, more of a hybrid destroyer in some ways. I mean, the Americans, they're definitely gunboats. The Japanese, mostly torpedo boats. The British, again, mostly gunboats. Their torpedoes are pretty decent too. The Russians, more of a gunboat because their torpedoes are too slow and don't have the range to actually reach a destroyer. So, or I mean, any ship in general. The Pan Asians, they're good at with their gun as a gunboat because some of them are American ships, and I think some of them might be Russians. So yeah. Their torpedoes, though, they're good, but it's just that you can only hit cruisers and battleships. As you see here, though, as we spot 2 enemies, I do launch torpedoes. Way here, that's St. Louis. Well, I mean, that's a slow ship, so by the time he gets over this way, he should be able to actually be hit by my torpedoes, which I'm pretty much hoping he does. Goes straight in a line. As you see, I turn away because he was getting close to my detection range, so I don't want to get him into my area where he could see me. So yeah, I'm watching him, watching my torpedoes. I do realize, well, not right away, there's an enemy destroyer. There's 1 torpedo, 2, 3. Actually, we got 3 hits. So that's up to 15,000 damage. And I think he actually used a damage control party. I want to start shooting so I can set him on fire because that will stick. And I realize there's a destroyer right there. So let's start shooting at this guy. So far, it's pretty good. I mean, once you see when I make a big mistake, you'll know about it. I'm so far firing HEM. It does have to do with the ammunition there, guys. Don't know when I did it, but I do get my engine knocked out. My steering, actually. I repair it. And I am here, well, trying to go in reverse. Seeing if I get anything out, but there's nobody spotted yet. Yet I do get spotted myself. I start shooting at the St. Louis, going in reverse. Destroyer goes undetected. I go back to being detected again, and there's the vampire, which would be probably the next review we do. We do critically hit him, and this shot was actually a one in a miracle type of shot. I actually hit him and did some damage. Don't know how. I guess I was just aiming forward. I launched these torpedoes. Wasn't seeing the on. I beached myself. Oh boy, this isn't good. And somehow I must have switched my rounds to AP. This must have been when I did. You see the big mistake. when I start firing at this destroyer, and when I do him, I wonder why is my shots not doing huge amount of damage on this guy. They should be doing some kind of damage. And I see this cruiser, I see him on very low hit points. I want to start shooting at him to catch him on fire. Well, most of you are going to see the point. That did some chunk damage. I do use my damage control party because my engine got knocked out and a gun, and I got set on fire by the enemy destroyer. And then I'm wondering, why isn't my shots catching this guy on fire? They're only doing not a lot of damage. That destroyer is doing good chunk damage to me. His fire is on me, and I'm still wondering why am I not catching this guy on fire? I should be able to catch him on fire. And I asked my teammates to focus fire on the cruiser because he's very low in hit points. Get him out of the game, and there we go. We fire again. And I'm aiming at this destroyer. Still haven't realized it yet. But there we made a hit, but again, not... I mean, HE's not the best, but it at least hits hard on a destroyer. And I start turning to dodge this guy's fire. I'm still haven't switched back to HE. I still wasn't thinking about my ammunition type. I wasn't. I was just blazing away at this guy. And not even if these shots would have hit, none of them would have done that much damage. And I'm only up to 22,000 damage. So when do I realize I'm actually firing the wrong ammunition? I think it's like a few minutes here. That guy takes a big chunk hit from the vampire on our team, and I still haven't realized about my ammunition type. And I seen the vampire took him out, so I'm like, okay. I'm just sailing along because, well, the last few enemy ships are between you and the cap circle, and that's when I realized I was firing AP. As you seen there, I switched back to HE, and that's when I realized, oh no, I was firing AP at the enemy ships. That's why I wasn't doing full damage to that enemy vampire. I was like, oh boy, this is good. I probably shouldn't show this video, but you know what? I'm gonna show it. I'm not gonna keep it behind. I'm not gonna be one of those YouTubers that just show you the cherry-picked videos, even though sometimes I like to show you guys the victories. Who wants to see someone lose all the time? Sometimes I will be showing defeats and stuff, but this one right here, that was my mistake. I made that mistake. I didn't realize I was firing AP. I didn't even realize I switched to the wrong ammunition type. I don't even know how I did that when I was supposed to switch to torpedoes. Oh, I really don't know. But as you see, I am trying to make my redems by hitting the St. Louis. No, my shots ain't really hitting. Does he say? Yeah, we do get one shot hit. Up to 24,000 the damage. Not bad. We actually get another hit. A good hit right there. Now I'm getting good damage, but I should have had my other shots. Up to 25,000 damage. I launched torpedoes, but this guy's not gonna last. Nope, he's dead. My engine boost comes off of cooldown because I did use it because I wanted to help get rid of that other enemy vampire. And I'm looking around, and at first I thought I was in the cap circle. This was, again, on me. I thought I was in the cap circle. I wasn't paying attention to the top. So I was trying to make sure I didn't exit the cap circle. Well, yeah, tank. Buddy, you're not in the cap circle. You're out of the cap circle. And this is part of where, when I'm trying to turn back around, that I was there in the cap circle. Yeah. I was like, oh, gotta be kidding me. You dummy. This cap circle's right there. So this, again guys, this was all on me. Both using the wrong type of ammunition on the destroyer when I should have been using the HE. But again, I didn't know I switched my rounds to AP. I thought I still had HE loaded. I still had HE basically help me with that destroyer, but I just didn't had it loaded. But I did get a kill, so I guess I did recommend myself. But then there I did switch back to HE, and to be completely honest, there's only one ship left, which is the battleship, French Tier 3 Premium Battleship. Or I think this is the premium one that you could have gone with for XP. But yeah, you got to see me make a pretty decent mistake with my guns. Well, I should have been firing HE. I was not firing HE. I was firing AP. Should have been firing HE at the destroyer because I would have done maximum damage, and he probably would have been dead a long time ago. He probably realized it. I didn't. So yes, that was on me. That was my mistake. I should have realized it faster, but I didn't. But I'm still alive, and I still got a kill. But don't do what Tank... I mean, in this game, don't do what I did right there and accidentally switch it around and don't pay attention. Always pay attention, and that's what happens to you if you don't pay attention. But we won because we capped. It was a pretty good game, fun game to play. But again, that little mistake could have cost me the game. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to. And like always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.